So, tell me a little bit about what you know about your opponent, Lance Williams, and what kind of a fight are you expecting out of him?
You know, I know Lance is tough. He had a good showing against Ricky Lopez, which is another Colorado favorite last year, and stopped him, you know, like I said, last year in December. So we look for him to come out tough, strong, and try and make a statement the same that he did with Ricky Lopez. We just want to put a stop to that. You know, we did what we had to do in preparation for him, so we're going to put it out there come August 20th.
You know, one of the things that I always notice about you is when you're one of those fighters that's really not afraid to be in the pocket. There's guys that are afraid to be in the pocket, and usually those guys are the ones that kind of suffer in grueling and tough fights. So, knowing that you've got the chin, you've got the experience, you've got the attitude to win, Lance is known as a pretty big hitter. Does that ever concern you, knowing that you're a fighter that likes to be in the pocket at times?
Not at all. We make our living in the phone booth. That's the way we fight. That's the way we like to do it. It's crowd pleasing. You know, we're going to bring some different things into our fight with Lance this coming, like I said, August 20th. But, you know, it doesn't bother me. I've been there with big punchers, Brandon Rios twice, Victor Ortiz, you know, Marcito Hesta, Manny Perez, the list goes on. All big punchers. You know, people say that I don't have a crack because I only have, you know, 5 or 6 knockouts, but I dare somebody to stay in the pocket and trade with me, and we'll find out if I hit or not.
Agreed. We've also known that you're a very active fighter. You've been very almost methodical in the way you take fights and in the timing that you take fights. Do you find that to be an advantage or a disadvantage at this stage of your career? Because a lot of guys can overtrain, they can take too many fights, and where do you feel that you are in terms of that activity level?
I think it's an advantage. You know, inactivity is a fighter's worst enemy. So when you're not active, you're not training. So we try to stay in the gym all the time. We try to train 110% every time we're in there, prepare ourselves for the next bout, even if we have nothing on line. You know, you gotta keep your body ready, you gotta keep it fit, kind of keep the weight down. That way you don't have to do a drastic weight cut, everything comes natural. So it's an advantage, you know. I encourage fighters, young fighters coming up to just train, even if there's nothing to train for. Stay hungry. You know, that's the way you get to the top.
100% agreed. So you're obviously going to be the hometown favorite when you fight Lance Williams next Saturday. There's a lot of guys that feel the pressure of fighting at home. They feel the heat. They know that their friends and family are going to be there. Some guys find it more relaxing because they don't have to almost pretend to do anything. They can just be themselves. Where do you fall with that? Do you find that to be an advantage or a disadvantage fighting in front of your hometown?
For us, it's a blessing. We don't get to fight at home very often. We make our living on the road. So it's a treat for us to be here at home to perform in front of our fans and our family here. It's not any extra added pressure. I still, you know, I'll punch the time clock when I come in, and we'll go to business when we step into the ring.
Absolutely love this. So next Saturday, Manny Lopez takes on Lance Lamb Down Williams in what should be an absolute barn burner. Tell us where you feel this fight puts you with a victory over Lance Williams.
Where this fight puts me? You know, I think this fight and a few more fights, you know, put ourselves back in the position we were when we fought Jose Ramirez. But I stay true to what I say, and I don't ever look past my opponent. I'm giving Lance Williams the respect he deserves. So there's nothing after him. You know, we have to get this fight in the book. We have to get it with the victory, and then we can think about what's next.
100% agreed. Obviously, it takes a village to make a fighter and a champion like you. Tell us about who the people you want to thank.
I'd like to thank my wife, Manny Perez. You know, she's fantastic. Without her giving me the support I have, my boys giving me the support I have, I couldn't go in there and commit to my craft. You know, there's a lot of hours I spent away from them and into the gym and anything to do with boxing. So, you know, I always appreciate her. She also writes for Round by Round. She loves the sport as much as I do. You know, my immediate family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, and then the Martinez family, man, we're tight. We're a crew. This is, you know, we're together all the time. There's just so many people, the list can go on. I just like to thank everybody in here, all the fans out there, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
We are lucky to have Mr. Manny Perez in Colorado. Thank you so much for joining us on Media Day. Look forward to an outstanding fight as always. Good luck to you and your team. Can't wait to see you guys do it. Thank you so much.
If you guys want to take a picture with Manny, come on up, and we can also have it printed for you right here. We have a printer to print